the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Bobcats will kick it away to start. And no chance at a return here. They'll start. At their own 25. Looking for a crease, it's James. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck, no holes anywhere.
Much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Hand off from the shotgun. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. At the 45 on his way. Oh, a lot of space. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Rides to back and leaves it. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Let's go. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Orange.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Jackson will throw. Right on the money. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
The Bobcats in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell, just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard it.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
And, man, it's a great job by this defense using the offensive momentum. They go down the field, score, they get you jacked up, excited. Defense is about adrenaline and really being able to play fast and physical and hard. Now they come out, 3 plays, they get the stop and force a fourth down.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Fires to the tight end. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Tight end now in motion. Looking for a crease to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a time.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Makes it past the marker. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Great job by the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line really selling pass. That's step one. If you're going to run an effective draw, it's got to look like pass, and then boom, you sneak it right to the running back, gets a big gain, and gets a first down.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Gill.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Orange with a ton of options available on second and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
Syracuse comes to the line on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And he was trying to cash in the end zone of this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Sparks. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Jackson gonna throw it. Gonna let it fly. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's second and 10. And they're not on the same page there.
Yeah, and you wonder if that was the right read by the quarterback on that RPO. Maybe he should have just handed that off because there was nobody open downfield to throw to.
This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes the catch, and a huge play on the left side. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. And the Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sparks. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on the slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Jackson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Bobcats are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. I mean, seriously, what do you do against this guy? He is everything you want in a quarterback.
And you can prepare for him all week, and you can put a wide receiver and quarterback to be scouting, but you just can't replicate a guy that can buy time, scramble around, break tackles, and then all of a sudden chuck the ball down the field and make you pay. Just too elite of a playmaker. You just got to find a way to get him on the ground early when you get those opportunities.
Have the ball back and ready to go to work. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Here's some pressure. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
I love playing man coverage on the back end, giving those receivers faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ross Simmons. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Ross Simmons. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Got a man, it's Ross Simmons, and they're able to get him on the ground.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got the quick pass. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cuse.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Sparks. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Jackson gonna throw it. With the catch, it's Sparks. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And the Bobcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Bobcats come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Now they'll run the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Oh, they're after him! And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. With the catch, it's James. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Orange will have to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Plays that one perfectly. Exceptional accuracy on the punt. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Toss to the outside. He's in open space downfield. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Bobcats lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Dumps it to the back. Hard running there. And they roll the dice, and it ain't snake eyes. They pick up the first down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here we go. Jackson will throw. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
And and these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
The Bobcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Sparks. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Pulls it in. It's Mims. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Bobcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The Bobcats are moving quickly down the field. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Jackson gonna throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. Got it inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. Let's go! Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for
see all the time this running back has spent in the weight room this offseason. Did you see that stiff arm? He just pile drive that defender into the ground, get off me, and he's able to walk in for the score.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Using his legs, it's James. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Right back to the well. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The Orange with a ton of options available on 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move, he fires. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The give to the back. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On the run, it's Coleman. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground.
Well, I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now. With a nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Coming out on the goal line. Off play action. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. Quick strike through the air for the score.
You get down here on this part of the field, and the field shrinks so much. You play so aggressive, and you're playing all eyeballs on the run, and a nice sleight of hand by the offense. Bring out the play action. He hits his guy right behind where the guys are supposed to be. They come up to play the run, out of position, touchdown for the offense.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Powers through the defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Jackson will throw. It's complete to the left. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Offense gets set for second down. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory.
14.
So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll try it over the left side. Can't get him to the ground. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Bobcats are facing 3rd and inches. Jackson gonna throw it. Caught close to the marker. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. And the Bobcats are flying down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Grabbed behind the line, it's Anderson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Bobcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air on first down. That's reeled in, it's Sparks. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. And the Bobcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the back. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught in the backfield. It's Sparks. There he goes. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle, and if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of...
Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up end. He's on the move. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work.
I love the aggressive nature by the head coach, trying to reach into the bag of tricks on a fake punt, but the defense was expecting it. We've got a change of possession.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Using his legs, it's Coleman. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Ross Simmons. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. And he was hit